अब आप आ जाइए पेज 25 पे, द ऑर्डर ऑफ द कमीशन।
इलेक्शन रिजल्ट्स भी था उसमें और दो तीन चीजें और थी जो आपने मिस की है।
अब आप पढ़िए पेज 25 से पढ़िए चौथी लाइन से। इन दिस रिगार्ड हैव यू फाउंड इट?
Yes, my lord.
These are the reasons given. Page 25, fourth line.
Okay. In this regard, we will consider precedent that the Commission issued notices to all the previously enlisted political parties to provide documents mentioned under Section 201, 202, 209, and 2010, and other requirements under Section 202, subsection 2 of the Act of 2017. 284, 284 political parties were delisted by the Commission void order dated 11th of January 2018. Similar notice was to APM political parties. The matter regarding submission of statements of accounts under Section 210 of the Election Act 2017 was pending before the Commission. Para 22.
तो ये इन्होंने आपने ये चीजें नहीं दी ना? क्या
आपका इंट्रा पार्टी इलेक्शन कब ड्यू था?
तीन दफा इलेक्शन हुई 2017 में, फिर 5 साल बाद इलेक्शन होते हैं। हमने कंडक्ट किए 2021 में। 2021
सर्टिफिकेट के साथ पेपर फाइल की होंगे ना, वो तो दिखा दीजिए।
फाइल किए सर।
सर्टिफिकेट है वो आपके पार्टी हेड को साइन करना पड़ता है।
आखिरी पैराग्राफ पढ़ लें जो ये जवाब दे रहे हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन, पैराग्राफ 25 पढ़ लीजिए। पहले उन्हें 2 जजमेंट्स का हवाला दिया सुप्रीम कोर्ट या 3।
Paragraph number 25, sir.
In view
of the above discussion and scanning of record, the Commission holds and decides that there are no elected office barriers of APML. Therefore, the party is virtually non-existent. Due to the non-existence of the elected office bearers in accordance with the party constitution and the provision of the Act of 2017, the party has been unable to provide valid consolidated statements of accounts of last 4 years, which is the requirement of the Article 17(3) of the Constitution, read with Section 210 of the Act of 2017. The APML has failed to fulfill the requirement of Section 209 and 2010 of the Act of 2017, which is one of the prerequisite for enlistment of political party in terms of Section 202. In exercise of power confirmed under Article 218(3), read with Section 202, subsection 5 of the Act of it, APML is a political party, is hereby delisted, and the applications for allocation of symbols submitted by unauthorized and self-styled office bearers are rejected. Resultantly, the symbol eagle becomes available for allocation in accordance with law. Office is directed to take follow-up action accordingly.
what's wrong with this order?
My lord, I'm coming to page number 87. Page number 87. Because we have submitted each and every document as per the...
They don't attach the document. Show us a letter that this is a letter received from the election commission. This is my reply to it. And if you produce the original document before us, we will not consider it.
Sir, kindly sir, see at page editor's certificate, sir.
Page 1, sir.
87. Auditor's certificate. We have audited the...
You're not hearing what we are saying. When the Election Commission of Pakistan sent you a notice, which they not singled you out, they sent it to all the political parties. Submit your audited whatever accounts, where is your response to that letter?
In that response,
I enclose the audited accounts here.
there was a multiple correspondence between the.
Where is it? That's what we want to see. If they have got it wrong on facts, you have to show us. Here I produce that this is the letter. You can't just produce a document now and how the document is being procured. You have to show us that, yes, I responded to this document. Then the Election Commission will say, I don't accept this document, or yes, thank you very much. It's everything is in order now.
आपके तो 2020 से आप कंसोलिडेटेड अकाउंट
The same has been mentioned in the order issued by the
ऑर्डर में देखिए आइदर हम तो भी एबल सस्टेन
इलेक्शन कमीशन ये एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है कि कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस भी अपने ऑर्डर में इसका जिक्र किया है।
अपने ऑर्डर में कह रहा है 2020 से फाइल ही नहीं करते आप कंसोलिडेटेड अकाउंट।
आप अपने खत दिखाइए ना, खतूत दिखाइए कि ये मैंने खत लिखा, वो किधर है? कुछ भी नहीं है रिकॉर्ड पे। और एक और बात, ये आपने जो पता नहीं ये क्या कर रहे हैं आप लोग, गैर मुनासिब बातें, ये कौन छाप रहा है ये चीजें? पेज 37 पे आइए, ये किसने छापा है जी? ये किस, ये आपका डॉक्यूमेंट है?
Page 37, 38, 39. हाँ?
नहीं, ये हमारा नहीं है सर।
ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपने क्यों फाइल किए?
This is the person who was office barrier of our party.
Later on, he joined All Pakistan Muslim League. So these are the proofs. We have annexed these proofs.
You are supporting these documents.
We are not supporting in this sense. We are supporting in this sense that these office bearers joined other political parties.
Bearers, please
Bearers.
pronounce it correctly.
Bearers. They joined other political parties. And this is the proof.
ये picture-
So what? हाँ? जी,
ये पिक्चर्स जो है अलामा इकबाल की कायदे में, they were your members?
This is the dear Lago.
हाँ?
This is dear Lago and they have
अली खान
this.
ये आपने पूछ के लगाया है?
नहीं इन्होंने नहीं लगाया।
ये पहले हमारी पार्टी में थे, ये हमारी पार्टी में थे, ये हमारी पार्टी छोड़कर चले गए
ये
दूसरी
बचा
पार्टी के हैं ये अभी।
दूसरी पार्टी के।
ये डॉक्यूमेंट लगाया क्यों है? ये वजह बता देना।
ये इसलिए हमने लगाए
To show what? आपने तो देखिए, try to understand. There's an
Election
order.
Commission ने-
Let me finish. There's an
Election
order.
Commission ने इस
Let me
बंदे को-
finish. Let me finish. The Election Commission has passed an order, right? It can be a correct order, it can be an unconstitutional legal order. Why have you attached these documents? The documents which you should have attached, which were that here are the accounts, here are my other documents. Those you don't attach. Then why do you attach these documents? I'm just trying to understand.
because this office barrier was called summoned by the Election Commission of Pakistan. And by considering him that still he is our
You were not before the Election Commission.
At that time we were not before.
So why didn't you move an application there? Please hear me also. If you had an interest and they were not being properly represented, you could have also gone to the Election Commission.
इसे हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जो है they shall run their party affairs according to 2017 Act. तो एंड ऑफ द डे आपको हशप कर लिया सब कुछ. एवरी डे somebody would come to the commission saying that I'm the chairman. कोई रिजाइन कर रहा है, उसका नहीं पता चल रहा है, the commission उसको बुला रही है, वो नहीं आ रहे, आपके अकाउंट्स का नहीं पता चल रहा, आपके आपस के झगड़े खत्म नहीं हो रहे, आपके सर्टिफिकेट नहीं प्रोवाइड कर रहे. तो आपको तो अपना एक कानून है उसके मुताबिक
हमने
आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी गई. आपने कहा कोविड था, तो कोविड के बाद फिर आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी दी गई. इसके बाद आपका खेश की नाम थे, कौन थे? Who was your chairman who resigned and did not appear before the commission?
We have did according to the mandate of them. We conduct dispute, and the reason behind that dispute was that
We are not interested
the
in-
party chairman Parvez
we are
Musharraf
not-
was resigned.
Again, you don't mix up two different things. If there is a dispute amongst members, that's one matter. what you have challenged before us is the order of the Election Commission of Pakistan. All we have to show us that this is an unconstitutional illegal order. You were not a party before the Election Commission of Pakistan, still we are hearing you. So you are not attacking the order on any ground. You are just saying that I have the accounts. We are not the Election Commission of Pakistan. If you had the accounts, you should have given that to them. Here are the accounts.
We have given, sir. And
Where is the proof? Where is the letter? Where is some
आपको
receipt?
भी नोटिस किया था उन्होंने, इलेक्शन कमीशन ने सबको इसमें नाम
सर हमारी
लिखा
पर तीन है
है। बात सुने 12 आदमियों को नोटिस किया था कमीशन ने, इसमें आपका भी नाम है। अभी जो मौजूदा जनाब जो फाइल कर रहे पिटीशन, इनका सीरियल नंबर 5 पे नाम
सीरियल नंबर 5 पर
हाँ, ये जहान जरीन मौजूद थे।
11 को नोटिस इश्यू किया।
ये आपके इंटरनेट डिस्प्यूट जो पार्टीज के थे उसकी वजह से सॉर्ट ऑफ सो मोटो उन्होंने आपको
इसका राजीनामा हो गया सर, जो डिस्प्यूट था राजीनामा भी हमने लगाया।
वैसे आपके पास ये एबिलिटी है कि जब जज बात कर रहा है आप सुन भी लेते हैं और अपनी बात भी करवा लेते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे पास ये एबिलिटी नहीं है। एक बात सुन तो लेना, फिर जवाब दे दें। अच्छा सर,
पेज 15 देखिए आपकी पेपर बुक का ऑर्डर पैराग्राफ 3, इसमें इलेक्शन कमीशन के ऑर्डर में लिखा हुआ है ऑन 19 सितंबर गुलाम मोहम्मद खान एडवोकेट अलोंग विद मिस्टर जहान जरीन एंड साहिबजादा रियाज खान अपीयर्ड। आप पेश भी हुए हैं वहां पे, आपने वो चीजें पेश करनी थी वहां पे। पेज 15 पे देखें इलेक्शन कमीशन के ऑर्डर में इनका नाम लिखा हुआ है जो अभी हमारे सामने है।
पॉइंट है तो
इसमें लिख
बताइए।
मैं रीड करता हूँ सर, ये पैरा ट्रू। On 8/8/2023, Mr. Ahmed Ali affair on behalf of Mr. Sadiq Mirza and stated that they had submitted the documents regarding the intra-party elections of APML. हमने स्टेट भी किया कि हमने डॉक्यूमेंट खान एडवोकेट अफेयर ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ जहान जरीन हम पेश भी हुए, अशरफ अली शेरवानी
and also inform the commission that they have submitted the documents.
वही डॉक्यूमेंट जो उन्होंने स्क्रूटनी किए हैं वो लैकिंग कर रहे थे ना, वो नहीं थे उसके हिसाब से। डॉक्यूमेंट फाइल करने का इशू अलग है, आपने फाइल कर दिए डॉक्यूमेंट्स, मगर जो रिक्वायरमेंट थी लॉ की उसके मुताबिक वो डॉक्यूमेंट है या नहीं है, ये इलेक्शन कमीशन ने एग्जामिन करके जवाब दिया ना आपको पूरा। सेक्शन ये पैराग्राफ 26 के अंदर आखिरी में क्या क्या गलतियां थी उसमें उन्होंने बताई हैं। पैराग्राफ 25 पेज 26 के ऊपर उन्होंने बता दिया सारा।
इसमें लिखिए।
इसमें सर एक मेरा वो है, इसमें जो
मेन रीजन है वो ये है कि हमारे पास औकात का निशान था। और एक काइंडली आप ये नोटिस पे देखिए, ये जो नोटिस है पेज नंबर 29 पे, इसमें इसका जिक्र किया है।
उन्होंने इलेक्शन कमीशन ने आपकी
अब वो तो एक एकेडमिक एक्सरसाइज हो गई, उन्होंने बहुत सारी वजूहात पे आपकी पार्टी को खत्म कर दिया, डीलिस्ट कर दिया।
इसकी रीजन है मेलाफाइडी ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन। ये सब ठीक है।
एक सेकंड ठहर जाइए। हम हर पाकिस्तान में एक आदत हो गई, हर आदमी को डिस्क्रेडिट करो, उस पर इल्जाम लगा दो। आप वकील हो, Be act like you're saying malified on behalf of the election. बताइए malified क्या है, उससे आपकी कोई दुश्मनी है?
पेज नंबर 29 सर
जी,
at पेज नंबर 29 I make through the malified of the election commission at para number 5
अंडर सेक्शन,
एक सेकेंड, जी
अंडर सेक्शन 216 ऑफ द
कहाँ
इलेक्शन
से पढ़ रहे हैं आप?
पैरा 5 सर, पेज नंबर 29। ये नोटिस है,
एक सेकेंड, पेज 25,
ये इलेक्शन कमीशन ने जो नोटिस हमें जारी किया,
पेज
उसका नोटिस
पेज नंबर 29 सर, 29।
ये तो कोई डिप्टी डायरेक्टर लॉ का खत है, हमारा जो ऑर्डर आपने चैलेंज किया उससे बात पूछ रहे हैं।
ये नोटिस है सर, ये नोटिस हमें भेजा।
तो आप समझते हो, आपको फर्क नहीं समझ आता है डिप्टी डायरेक्टर लॉ में और इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ पाकिस्तान
ये
में?
उनके बिहाफ
आप समझ ठहर जाइए ना, मैलिफाइडी का लफ्ज मत इस्तेमाल किया करें ऐसे। आईनी इदारों को नहीं तबाह करें पाकिस्तान के।
रिटर्न
आप प्लीज होल्ड योर हॉर्सेस,
रिटर्न फॉर्म में मौजूद और एक पार्टी को फेवर देना चाह रहे हैं।
आप प्लीज, हम आपको ये नहीं टॉलरेट करेंगे।
यस मलर,
सारा आईनी इदारों को तबाह कर दें पाकिस्तान में। एक एलिगेशन लगा दिया मैलिफाइड है, बताएं सपोर्ट योर एलिगेशन।
एलिगेशन तो वो है कि जो आपके पास प्रूफ ना हो। जब एक नोटिस में खुद एक पार्टी का नाम दिया है और वो कहता है कि ये सिंबल के लिए फला पार्टी से
नहीं, वो साहब ने order तो नहीं
एप्लीकेशन
पास
है
किया,
उसको हमने प्रोसेस भी किया है। मैं रीड करता हूँ सर इस पेरे को।
नहीं, चार-
मुझे
ये डिप्टी डायरेक्टर लॉ कोई आपको नोटिस भेज रहा है, जो ऑर्डर पास किया है वो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ पाकिस्तान ने क्या वो उसके मुलाजमीन हैं।
But this-
अब आप उस पे तो एप्लीकेशन लगा सकते
But this
अच्छा,
application-
फिर बीच में बोलो,
ठीक,
आप ही बात करें, हमसे क्या करना है, चलिए बताएं।
मैं रीड करता हूँ सर इस
आप
पेरे
जो मर्जी करें।
पेज नंबर 29 सर, पैरा नंबर 5 अंडर सेक्शन 216 of the Election Act 2017 every party makes an application for allocation of a symbol of its choice for each general election within the period specified by the Honorable Commission. For the allotment of symbol eagle, recently application have been received from Pakistan Muslim League, All Pakistan Muttahida League, All Pakistan Muslim League and Istihkam Pakistan party, and the Honorable Commission has reserved orders therein. अभी हमें नोटिस इशू किया साथ साथ हमारी सैंपल के लिए जो दूसरे पार्टी के लोग आए जिसमें इस्तेहकाम पाकिस्तान पार्टी भी है, उनके नाम पे ऑर्डर्स को रिजर्व किया।
नहीं तो आप पैरा नीचे भी तो पढ़िए ना, आपको इसीलिए तो बुलाया है, पैराग्राफ 6 पढ़िए, इसी में यही तो बात लिखी भी आगे कि आप आके हमें बताइए वरना हम ऑर्डर पास कर देंगे। पढ़िए, पैराग्राफ 6 छोड़ दिया आपने।
इसमें मैलिफिडिक क्या है? एक आपको इतला दे रहा है कि 4 लोगों ने, अगर ना इतला करते फिर आप कह सकते हैं मैलिफिडिक।
नहीं, वो कहते हमने ऑर्डर रिजर्व किया है।
आप वकालत ऐसी करते हैं, सर सुन तो लेना जवाब। जहां बात करते हैं वो शुरू हो जाते हैं, हम जब आपकी बात जब करते हैं, हम
जिस बात की जवाब देने की जरूरत है तो वो तो बताना चाहिए ना अदालत में।
जवाब नहीं, आप देखें उसी के लिए आपको बुलाया है। प्लीज आप पैराग्राफ 6 में लिखे हैं।
उन्होंने कहा 4 लोगों ने ये जवाब मांगा है, आप अपना मौक़िफ़ बता दें, आप कह रहे हो मैलिफिडिक। ये तो आप इससे ज्यादा वो ट्रांसपेरेंसी क्या ला सकते हैं?
जिसमें
अगर
इस नोटिस में जो नोटिस हमने इशू किया इसमें कहते हैं हमने ऑर्डर भी रिजर्व किया है।
मेरे लिए बड़ा मुश्किल हो रहा है
ये सर जिस तरह से मैं आता हूँ सर महिला
जब आपको बुलाए फिर आप गए?
जी, हम पेश हुए, पिछले पैरे में हमने पढ़ लिया वकील के थ्रू, हमने कहा हमने डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट किए, उसकी कॉपी दे दी, उस ऑर्डर में जिक्र भी वो करते हैं।
इसमें लिखिए, दिस सिविल अपील was not numbered by the office, therefore the appellant has filed, therefore CMA number 10566/2023 has been filed. Full stop. The objection raised by the office was that Jahan Zareen could neither describe himself as a chairman nor was he of the All Pakistan Muslim League. Full stop. However, since Jahan Zareen was before the Election Commission of Pakistan, we proceeded to hear him. Full stop. Under the circumstances, the appeal should have been filed by Jahan Zareen under his own name and not that of All Pakistan Muslim League. The objection to such extent of the office is sustained. However, in the interest of justice, we proceeded to hear Mr. Jahan Zareen through his counsel, Mr. Sher Aman, through his learned counsel, Mr. Sher Aman. Full stop. The order of the Election Commission of Pakistan assailed before us concludes in paragraph 25, which is reproduced here under. Full stop. The learned counsel was not in a position to. ये 226 की अपील है
जी,
जारी अपील है,
अलाउड है ना? Appeal, learned counsel referred to section 202 within bracket 6 of the Elections Act 2017, which enables filing of an appeal, direct appeal before the Supreme Court. Full stop. We therefore proceeded to hear the said appeal. Learned counsel was repeatedly asked to show us any illegality or unconstitutionality in the impugned order of the Election Commission dated 19 September 2023, but was not able to do so. Learned counsel was also asked whether the solicited learned counsel attention was also drawn to the following portion from the impugned order of the commission, या ECP करने ब्रैकेट में वही रिपीट करते हैं, ये पेज 25 पे.
Learned counsel asked whether the accounts were provided, statement of accounts as required were provided, and no document was referred to which would show that the said documents were provided to the commission. Full stop. And counsel was also unable to provide show us any illegality or unconstitutionality in the impugned order of the
ECP to justify
it being set aside. Accordingly, the instant appeal is dismissed. Next case call करें.
Thank you.
Implementing this civil petition 4/2 of 2024, Election Commission of Pakistan through Special Secretary Islamabad versus Pakistan Tehreek Insaf Islamabad through its authorized person and others.
Is it a CPLA or an appeal?
My lord, it is a CPLA from an order of the Honorable Peshawar High Court.
Achha. Then why are you standing on the left and not the right? Ji.
This is short order. The detailed reasons have not been released.
The detailed reasons have not been released, my lord. It is
What is a short order?
My lord, where is the order challenge?
My lord, the short order is at page 28 of your lordship's paper.
Page
28.
इसमें कोई कैविएट आया है? किसका? इसमें कह रहे हैं शॉर्ट ऑर्डर है खान साहब, लॉन्ग ऑर्डर आ गया है, डिटेल रीजंस आ गए, अभी डिटेल नहीं है ऐसे.
I'm waiting for this and Mr. Ali Jafar.
डिटेल रीजंस आ गए.
जी sir.
Detailed reasons इसके short order.
Detailed reasons not yet.
When are they expected?
It was actually expected within a week or so it will come, but Mr. Ali Jafar,
Short order, where is the short order?
page 28.
Can you read it, please?
My lord, yes. For the reasons to be recorded later and subject to amplifications and explanations made therein,
the instant petition is allowed in the following manner. We hold and declare that the impugned order of the Election Commission of Pakistan dated 26 December 2023 passed in case number such and such as illegal without any lawful authority and of no legal effect. The Election Commission of Pakistan is directed to forthwith publish the certificate filed by the petitioner PTI on its website in terms of section 209 of the Election Act 2017. It is further held and declared that Pakistan Tehreek Insaf is entitled to the election symbol strictly in terms of sections 215 and 217 read with any other enabling provision of the Election Act 2017 and Election Rules 2017.
You will be arguing this case, Mr. Amir Khan?
Yes, I represent number one and some other respondents.
Who are some other respondents? No, are you ready with the matter? Then we will commence hearing it.
Sir, actually we don't have any formal notice from them. No notice has been received from AOR
We only learned about this
No,
case.
that's why I've asked the question. If you, because you filed a caveat, so I have not even
have
read,
filed, yes.
I got the file very late, I have not read the file. So if you're ready with the case,
No,
please
sir,
proceed.
not yet. Because we just received the,
When do you want it for? But then their anxiety, because
maybe tomorrow.
the election symbols have to be issued on 13th, which is tomorrow, and the ballot papers are to be sent for printing virtually the next working day thereafter. Yes, naturally, because otherwise how will they? So then, it's part of the election. How do you want to proceed?
So the question is that primarily my submission at this moment.
How do you want us to proceed? We will hear submission.
I'll submit that, let the matter be fixed for Monday, and we'll argue, I'll come back prepared.
Then it will become a purely academic exercise.
Or we suspend the order, then we can have Monday. So we have to be fair to both sides. So, because, we don't mind hearing on Saturday and Sunday even, because we realize that elections must go through as smoothly as possible and in accordance with the law. So we are prepared to sacrifice any working day, any time, morning, night.
जो आप देख रहे हैं पेज 428 पे, वो पहले का था. The current order which is impugned,
फाइनल ऑर्डर जो उनका है वो
page 54. जी, annexure B2. जी, my lord. Your lordship wants me to read the entire order or just the operating part?
Whatever you want to read so much of it so we can understand what the controversy was, what the applicable law was, and how it was applied and decided. Now, we leave it to you. You're experienced enough to know what we want.
the issues are related to the inter-party elections. They have pointed out different defects
My lord,
in
yes.
the inter-party elections.
My lord, yes.
This is the main cause of concern of
Yes,
the Election Commission of Pakistan.
Yes, madam. My lord, the brief, if your lordship may permit, the brief background of this case is that the last election of this party were held on 19th of June 2017. And according,
Does the law provide for holding of elections?
yes, my lord.
If you can keep referring to the applicable law, it will be.
My lord, yes. The applicable law is, my lord, the Election Act of 2017.
Section?
And your lordship will see initially the powers of the commission are identified, but if we move on to section 200 and 200 onwards, it relates to political parties and constitution and political parties. And the election is then, my lord, section 208. My lord, this bundle contains all the statutes.
No, we have the book.
All right. Section 208, the office bearers of a political party at the federal, provincial and local levels, wherever applicable, shall be elected periodically in accordance with the constitution of the political party, provided that a period not exceeding 5 years shall intervene between any two elections. A member of a political party shall, subject to the provisions of the constitution of the political party, be provided with an equal opportunity of contesting election for any political party office. All members of the political party at the federal, provincial and local levels shall constitute the electoral college for election of the party general council at the respective levels. The political party shall publish the updated list of its central office bearers and executive committee members by whatever name called on its website and send the list and any subsequent change in it to the commission. 5, where a political party fails to conduct intra-party elections as per given time frame in their constitution, a show cause notice shall be issued to such a political party. And if the party fails to comply with, then the commission shall impose fine which may extend to 200,000 rupees but shall not be less than 100,000 rupees. My lord,
What was the allegation of the Election Commission?
my lord, Election Commission initially wrote to them saying that according to your constitution, the period of elections is expired, which according to section 5 of their own constitution was 3 years for
Where
all
is
of
their constitution?
my lord, their constitution is page 124, sorry, page 140, volume 1, and the section is section 5.
Page बताएं, where is it?
Page
124 है आपका पार्ट
जी
1
सर।
में देखें जो आपके पेज
Sir, relevant partial party elections, that begins from page 140.
वो आर्टिकल 5 है.
Yes, sir.
I hope you're impressed. My learned brother has read the file. I am impressed. I have not read it, but he has. Yes, it's page 124. And what?
The relevant page is page 140,
140.
internal party elections.
G.
Elections of the chairman. The chairman of the party, the leader shall be elected by the direct secret ballot of all the members on the registered database of party Federal EC. Party Federal Election Commission shall conduct this election. Election of the chairman shall be held 2 years before each scheduled general election in the country. Then, my lord, 5.1.4 is not really relevant because what happens when the chairman's position falls vacant? Then 5.2, the elections for all following offices shall be held every 3 years in the first week of the month of April. So that's the duration. As your lordship
What
just
is the
saw.
procedure in the constitution for the appointment of Federal Election Commission of the party?
Yes, my lord.
मुझे नहीं मिला वो मैं उसमें constitution में देख रहा
ये
हूँ.
क्या चीज है? Federal Election Commission.
The election commission of the
So,
party
internal election-
holds elections within the parties, my lord.
I think my lord is referring to 5.1.2.
Yes.
What is that? The Federal Election Commission.
Yes, my lord. That
Party
is there.
Federal.
If your lordship turns to page 182,
क्योंकि उनका इतराज
190
इलेक्शन कमीशन का ये भी है कि ये एक आदमी का कमीशन बना और ये फेडरल इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं था. ये दिस इज व्हाट द इम्प्यून ऑर्डर सेज इन
Yes,
सम
ma'am.
कॉन्टेक्स्ट.
yes, my lord. And the federal,
अपॉइंटमेंट का तरीका नहीं है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में इनके.
my lord, at page 192, 192. An election commission, page 192, my lord. An election commission shall be formed comprising following.
फेडरल इलेक्शन कमीशन
Federal Election Commission, an election.
चैप्टर 9
Yes, my lord.
पेज
Page 192.
They use the language of the Constitution
Yes, my lord.
of Pakistan. Election Commission.
Yes, my lord. An election.
This is not the Election Commission.
No, my lord. It is the intra-party elections, election commission. An election commission shall be formed comprising following: Federal Election Commissioner, Chief of the Federal Election Commission.
Who was or is the Federal Election Commissioner?
My lord, at that time, it was initially there was one Mr. Jamal Akbar Ansari.
क्या?
Mr. Jamal Akbar Ansari.
Jamal
Akbar Ansari initially, but now
Akbar
Ansari.
Ansari.
But thereafter he was replaced, and he was replaced by the respondent number 2, if I am not mistaken.
What's his name?
Mr. Niazullah Khan Niazi.
तो ये 5 लोगों का कमीशन हो गया ना. एक चेयरमैन हो गए,
नियाजुल्लाह खान।
4 सूबे से हो गए मेंबर.
Abdullah Khan Niazi.
सुबह से
6 members.
छह।
चारों सूबों से.
बाकी कौन थे?
My lord, बाकी 4 तो कोई नहीं.
6 लोग हो गए.
That is one of the issues, my lord, that there were no other 4 persons. There was just this central person.
फेडरल कमीशन 7 लोगों का बनेगा ना इस हिसाब से. एक चेयरमैन हो गए, 4 सूबे
हम
हो
इनसे
गए.
पूछ लें, ये सही है?
According to ECP, there was no, the other members of the commission were not appointed. That's part of the impugned order.
Is it correct?
Nobody's responding.
ये कोई रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहेगा? ये फैक्चुअल क्वेरी है. Not don't argue the case. Mr. Makhdoom Ali Khan says that there was no commission constituted by the political parties. Is this factually correct?
No, incorrect.
Where is the document showing? Where is the document to show us the commission's constitution?
But that's why I was saying for a while, because they are now presenting it without proper notice to us. But we have satisfied the High Court. And one more thing which I want to say.
Khan Sahab, we will certainly hear you, don't worry. Because when a factual statement is made by counsel, the way I like to proceed is, I want to narrow the controversy as much as possible. If that factually is correct, I will take it as correct. So I always call upon the other side sometimes, is this factually correct? They say yes, no. So then we will say, then the question will arise, where is the proof of it? So if either you accept his statement or you don't accept his statement, you can certainly refer to any document or something you filed. We certainly will consider that.
Sir, but one thing I wanted to request, prior to coming on the facts of the case, the question of maintainability, may be allowed to make my submissions on maintainability, locus standi of election.
No, but if we talk about maintainability, then you'll have to argue first.
Yes. On the question of maintainability.
Yeah, but then because you said you wanted some time to prepare yourself, so we are just getting the facts because, we may not have time enough. So we're just trying to save time. So we're just going through the case to understand it. And yes, you can say, I reserve my right to argue on maintainability. We certainly will hear you. But we're just trying to cover some ground because probably you're not ready yet. Fine, that's fair enough, and we will give you time.
But a preliminary objection can be heard prior to.
But then, provided you are ready to argue it, if you're ready to argue it, we'll hear you.
On the preliminary objection that they have no locus standi to.
Fine, do you want to argue it now? We'll hear you.
Yes, that's
ready with it.
Argue now because
you never said so. That's why you said you will argue tomorrow. So that's why we said okay.
That's about the facts and other things. But right now, the relevant thing is whether they have to show how do they have the locus standi to file this petition. Election Commission is a quasi-judicial body.
Correct.
Two judgments of this.
No, let me just correct you here. Election Commission is not just a quasi-judicial body, it's a constitutional body.
Constitutional.
It has, from my understanding, it has two functions.
Right, sir.
One, regulating the affairs of political parties, and which is the ongoing exercise, and the other is the free and fair elections. So probably we are at the moment in the first thing, that regulating the affairs of the political party.
Right.
I would imagine, unless I'm wrong.
I'm trying to submit here is that it is a body which has a power to make quasi-judicial decisions. It's a quasi-judicial body when the matter of dispute between.
Their decisions are orders. They can be
this honorable court has very recently held in two cases that such bodies have no locus standi to file the petition and come before the Supreme Court in defense of their own orders. So kindly consider those two judgments. In the light of those judgments, they have no locus standi to be here.
देखिए, ये तो फिर भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है. एक सेकेंड. Even the collector appeals comes to the High Court, comes to the Supreme Court, when even though it's his own order, he is arguing his own order, effectively speaking. So ये तो constitutional body है. तो just देखिए, then there will be another issue. Then another question of maintainability will arise. If you are questioning their maintainability, then the question of your maintainability will arise. How can you approach a High Court? फिर वो क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा.
Naturally, any adverse order I have right to challenge.
No. Which forum? The High Supreme Court. अभी पहला हमने केस सुना ना, क्या नाम है, APML. वो कानून में लिखा है to come to the Supreme Court.
डायरेक्ट अपील है वो. डायरेक्ट अपील है.
तो फिर वो question of maintainability will also cut you.
No, sir. The thing is, as far as their locus standi is concerned, there are two judgments of statutory bodies.
Locus standi, simple सी बात है ना. Locus standi is a different thing from capacity. Their local standi, from what I can understand, is they passed an order Yes, right or wrong is a different thing. We don't go there. And they say if we have to ensure our orders are abided by, unless set aside by a law of a competent forum. So all they are doing is ensuring that even if it's an illegal order, let's not get bogged down in that debate. If they just give up, then the orders will be rendered meaningless.
Isn't that affected party, which brought the matter before the election commission, has the locus standi to file, but not the election commission.
Affected party can inform the election commission for whatever reason. The election commission may act on its own. Election commission may act on the information of a person, but now that they've passed an order, they're not entitled to defend their own order and surrender.
That's what I'm submitting.
On what basis?
Kindly see the case of a district judge. He passes an order. That order is challenged before the High Court. High Court sets that aside. Can the district judge come before the Supreme Court that in defense of his own order? No, it's a judicial body.
There is a slight difference, not a slight difference, a major constitutional difference would arise. The district judge falls under the hierarchy of courts to be supervised and controlled by the High Court under Article, I don't know, what is it?
Whatever it is. I'm just giving an example.
Example लगेगा नहीं. Now this is a separate body. You cannot apply that argument. It's a separate body. I've given you the example of Collector of Customs. Every day they are filing before us. Collector of Custom appeals. His own order is come and it's been turned upside down by the High Court. So he comes before us. We hear him. Nobody's ever raised an objection that they can't be heard.
There are two cases recently in which this Honorable Court has held.
बताइए कौन से? Which are those two cases?
Yes, those two cases. The recent one is 2023.
PLD?
PLD 2023, Supreme Court, page 516.
And the other one?
And the other judgment, where the ombudsman has
other judgment, yes.
The other judgment is PLD 2020. 2020.
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court 586.
What was the facts of the first case?
They have held.
So first case, बताइए, let's go to 516. What is the ratio in that case?
Yes, they held the order which was passed by Commissioner and was challenged subsequently before the High Court, before the Appellate Forum and High Court.
Which commissioner?
That the commissioner cannot come.
The Commissioner Election Commission?
Yes, not the Election Commission. In that case, it was Competition Commission.
Gee.
But there is a clear judgment.
Okay. So how is it? No, let's finish with one judgment at a time. How is this judgment applicable to a constitutional body?
Sir, kindly see para 23, page 535. Why I'm putting this before this Honorable Court?
Please.
The whole exercise may be unnecessary.
Let's read it. To be honest, I've not read it, so let's read it. You may well be right.
Page 23. It may also be petitioner to mention here that KNN's food which may have been aggrieved of the decision of the tribunal on the point of non-applicability the provisions of section 10(2)(a) of the Act has been impugned the decision of the tribunal by preferring an appeal to this court, and it is the Commission that has challenged the decision of the tribunal on that point by filing the appeal. In this regard, we may observe, though the role of the Commission under the Act is primarily of a regulatory body, it is a quasi-judicial, as well as some provision, as well under the same provisions of the Act. The provisions of clauses A and D of section 10(2) of the Act, in our view, envisages the quasi-judicial role of the Commission while declaring upon the divergent claims and allegations of two competing undertakings. and as held by this court in Bhaki Motasif's case, an adjudicatory body deciding a matter in the exercise of a quasi-judicial powers between two rival parties under a law cannot be treated as an aggrieved person if its decision is set aside or modified by higher court under the law or by a court of...
Are you equating a quasi-judicial body with a constitutional body?
Sir, statutory body.
I don't know what your answer is.
There
So first say yes, no, then
is a distinction between a statutory and a constitutional body. They are all under the law, under the fundamental law.
No, not at all. A constitutional body functions under the Constitution.
Yes.
A statutory body is a sub-constitutional body functioning under a statute. So are you equating the two?
So rules, the certain principles are equally applicable to statutory as well as the constitutional body. If the principle is that a body is vested with quasi-judicial powers, it exercises a quasi-judicial power, pass an order between the parties.
I would call it a constitutional power. The Constitution grants, we don't make this Constitution, we only interpret the Constitution. And I don't want to read words into the Constitution either. The Constitution, in its wisdom, the Constitution makers created a separate constitutional body.
Yes.
Now, you may well be right, and I may agree with you 100% that a statutory body which determines a matter should not file an appeal. However, it will raise the questions how a collector of customs, etc., are filing appeals. But that matter is not before us, so we will not dilate on it. Can you show us a decision where a constitutional body, preferably the Election Commission of Pakistan, the same principle has been enunciated by this court?
Sir, actually, the principle is stated, is enunciated here as well as in another case of 2020, where ombudsman.
Ombudsman is also a statutory body.
Sir, what they are relying upon is the statute and provision of the statute. Sir, for all intents and purposes, they are acting under the Election Act, and that is a statute.
Insaf, this will amount to virtually finishing off a constitutional body.
Sir,
one thing is you are now on a very technical, hyper-technical argument, for which you have no precedent. The two precedents that you have filed, I'm just thinking aloud, apply to statutory bodies. Here we're dealing with a constitutional body. A constitutional body is altogether different from a statutory body. If a constitutional body feels aggrieved, either you let the constitutional body do its work. Probably they will argue that why is the High Court interfering in the work of a constitutional body? Unless it's something blatantly unconstitutional, I don't know. Whether the forum would be the High Court or the Supreme Court, I don't know. I'm just raising the questions as they come to my mind. But please don't equate a statutory body with a constitutional body. I will not do so.
Sir, the bodies.
So मैं आपको हामिद खान एक आया था, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. I was sitting with former Chief Justice Jawad Khwaja. The matter came for holding of local government elections. The Supreme Court had passed a number of orders extending the dates, and Jawad and some, let's say, valid reasons were given for extending the dates. And I leaned over to Jawad Khwaja Sahab and he was about to do so, and I told him, I will write a dissent. He says, why? I said, that's a constitutional body. How will I direct it to do so? It's their job. And he said, oh, you got a point. And we did not. He said, this is their job. Do your job. We can call upon you to do your job, but we cannot take on the functions of the constitutional body. There's a very clear line of demarcation. So if they're not doing their job, or they're doing their job unconstitutionally or contrary to the law, yes. But if they're doing a job, we won't take over their job, how to do it, how better to do it. I don't know. So then every judge will start running a constitutional body.
Constitutional body performing function under a statute. The whole controversy is arising after that statute, which they are relying upon with the Election Act. So in this case, while exercising powers under the statute, it is a statutory body for all intents and purposes.
चलिए हमने आपका objection note कर लिया. ये बताइए, do you have an exact case on the point of the Election Commission of Pakistan? Because yes, we will consider these submissions, but if you have an actual case, you will further clarify the matter.
The two cases are recent.
वो हमने देख लिया. One is ombudsman, which is set up under some federal law. The other is a case of the Competition Commission, which has also been set up under
1983
statute. But you can reserve it. You don't have to respond. So you can continue bolstering your argument when we give you an opportunity. We've heard your original objection. It is not something which immediately appeals to me.
Okay.
I mean, but having said that, I'm open to persuasion. So is that fair enough?
Yes.
So shall we let Mr. Mahdumali, no, shall we let him proceed on facts? And wherever a fact, not the law or his interpretation is wrong, please let us know that this is factually wrong. So let's make some progress.
After completion of arguments, I still reserve the right to take this objection.
By all means. By all means. I mean, yes, it's a very valid, you have every right to take an objection. Ji.
My lord, if your lordship...
No, but coming back to one factual statement which he made, he said there was no, what is it called?
Federal
Election Commission.
There was no appointment of Federal Election Commission according to your own constitution.
Is this correct or not correct?
We did it according to our constitution as well as in accordance with the requirement under the statute. They both have been met.
नहीं वो किधर है वो कागज दिखा दीजिए ना हमें. Where is the body that Federal
This case
Election
has
Commission?
only been filed yesterday. We had no notice. We could not find a response. I would have done all that. Kindly see the circumstances made to argue this case.
Khan sahab dekhe na.
On the other,
एक second na. This is not. Let's not say I've been taken totally by surprise because this matter has been taken by you to the High Court, both in intra-court appeal as well as writ jurisdiction, and then you had filed something here which you withdrew as well. So it's not something coming surprise. So this is very basic. Their thing is either, I don't know what their plea is, that the elections were not held or not held in accordance with your own constitution. So far, that's what I've understood.
Yes,
now, surely you know their case. It's not that this is very surprise to me for the first time. So think about it. You can meet it. If you want to file some concise statement, we allow you to do that as well. If it's not already on these pages of documents, you can file a concise statement, or if you want, we can summon the record of the Election Commission of Pakistan, which may not even require you to file the concise statement because whatever is there will be there. Do you have any objection to that? We can summon their actual original file, whatever.
You must have filed all documents to the ECP along with your certificates, which is the requirement of law that you submit the certificate along with all prerequisites and requirement which you have fulfilled for holding inter-party election.
Yes.
So वो चीजें रिकॉर्ड पे होनी चाहिए ना? Then how will you see
हम मंगवा लेंगे. I think we will send for it. Continue, Mr. Mahdum.
My lord, may I, with your lordship's leave, briefly draw your lordship's attention to page 31 of paper book, part 1. Page 31. And I'll immediately thereafter come back to the point. Page 31.
Ji.
That is the copy of their petition.
Their petition in the High Court. Your lordship will see.
This is the only petition on which
This is the Peshawar High Court petition against the judgment on which we have come before your lordship.
Okay.
There is, the official respondent is only one, Election Commission of Pakistan. Page 31, Election Commission of Pakistan. The other 4 respondents are the members of PTI. So neither the Federation nor any other body has been impleaded as a respondent. If the Election Commission of Pakistan can be sued in the Peshawar High Court, but has no right to appeal a judgment of the Peshawar High Court, that means that whatever has happened in their case is final.
Why did they array these individuals as part?
My lord, because they were the members and who were complaining that the elections were not held fairly and were not held in accordance with the constitution of the party.
They had filed a complaint with you.
With the election commission, yes, my lord. There were 14 complaints before there were 14 complaints before the election commission.
When? 14 complaints.
My lord, yes.
But here there are only, sorry, there are, okay, I thought there are only, so there, can you, these names are what? Tahir Nawaz, Akbar S. Ahmed.
Yes.
These are members of PTI or they are some other people?
Yes, my lord.
Troublemakers.
They are members of
parties.
So,
No, are they other party people or are they PTI people?
they are PTI people according to us.
Okay.
My lord,
My lord, I represent respondent number 10, Akbar Babar, just in case.
Akbar Babar,
Respondent number 10.
he's now respondent number 10. Okay.
I filed my,
Were they before the, they were before the High Court?
I had filed a complaint.
Respond number 3 था.
Founding claim they're being members.
My complaint is
Sorry, एक second. Khan Sahab क्या कह रहे हैं? Khan Sahab, can you just speak in the mic? There, your mic there or mic here?
Please, what I'm submitting, they claim, the election commission is saying that the other respondents are the members of the party. They are not. That's
Okay, चलिए, इनका कहना है कि they're not members. Can we show us that complaint? Any one complaint?
one of the complainants before your lordship, he was respondent
चलिए,
3 in
दिखाएं वो अकबर एस अहमद की दिखा दें.
the 230, at page 230, part 1 of this paper book.
230. जी.
This was a complaint, my lord. And the context on the next page, if I may, on 231, there's a title summary of electoral fraud. In the absence of basic rules of any elections that allows a level playing field to contestants as detailed above.
नहीं, आपका इसमें membership का कहाँ लिखा है पहले वो बताएं ना कि मतलब how you have claimed to file any right of this complaint.
Well, Lord, the issue of my membership has been in court before the SCP, before the ECP since
आपके
214.
नाम के नीचे देखें क्या लिखा है आपने. इसमें लिखा है आपने फाउंडिंग मेंबर ऑफ पीटीआई.
जी बिल्कुल.
इसका जवाब इन्होंने दिया.
ये मैं गुजारिश कर रहा हूँ कि मेरी मेंबरशिप तो ये कंटेस्ट करते रहे,
ये
लेकिन
नहीं, इसका जवाब किधर है इनका?
ये कहते हैं कि आप मेंबर नहीं हैं.
Where is it? Where is the reply? Where is
They did not respond to my complaint. There is no written reply to my complaint. It was only argued verbally by counsel.
Verbally, it's factual things cannot be verbally argued. So,
Your Honor, I'm not aware of any written reply to my complaint that was filed before the ECP.
but he's given a number of things. If you can read the different.
Mr.
Founding
Akbar S.
member?
Babar has been a founding member of the PTI and he's held office within the
Please
party.
read what it is, don't argue. Please read on 232 under his signature.
His address, his cell number,
My address
founding
के बाद
member of
आगे बढ़ें.
PTI, founding president of PTI Balochistan, former Central Information Secretary of PTI, former vice president PTI Media and Information Management, former member PTI CEC and core committee.
Answer, so how can you say he's not a member? He has given not one, You may not like him, it's a
They
different
have
thing.
ceased to be members and they are wrongly claiming themselves to be members just to create the problem for the party.
Let's not become emotional. We respect you greatly, but where is the negation of this fact?
That we certainly will show before this honorable court.
ठीक है, अच्छा, is there anything on the record to show? Did you respond by saying that these persons have nothing to do with PTI?
मेरी गुजारिश ये है कि I am representing the party. The statement of the party should take precedence over what they are saying. Just making allegations, making claims.
देखिए, but the whole
And
thing,
unfounded claims.
एक second. They can say we are representing the party. Again, just to claim that it will not do anything, because who represents the party is who gets elected as per your own constitution. It's nothing to do with the election commission. It's nothing to do with the Supreme Court. It's your own constitution. So you can't say, I represent the party. That is the very essence of the matter, which they're saying you do not represent the party. It's because there is no election or false elections or whatever election. This is the allegation, maybe a false allegation, but you can't simply say you nobody unless you say when show us the proof you are not founding member of PTI. Was he a founding member of PTI?
I'm not saying that the party has ceased to exist.
Was he a founding member of PTI or not? But there, then prima facie the burden shifts on you.
Burden shift about then look.
इसमें तो आपने इनको एक्सपेल किया तो उसका कोई खत है?
आपने इनको निकाल दिया पार्टी से या उनका रेजिग्नेशन आएगा? देखिए दो तरीके होते हैं, या तो आदमी कहे जी मैं जा रहा हूँ खुदा हाफिज, या आप उसको एक्सपेल करेंगे, ठीक है, तो और पता नहीं कोई और तरीका हो सकता है।
फाउंडिंग मेंबर है, फाउंडिंग मेंबर तो मेरे हिसाब से खत्म ही नहीं होता बिकॉज ही इज ए फाउंडिंग मेंबर। अगर फिर भी आपने एक्सपेल किया है तो उसका कोई लेटर होगा, या उन्होंने रिजाइन किया है तो भी लेटर होगा। इवन दोनों जो स्टैट्यूट हो गए ना, उस फाउंडिंग मेंबर में नाम हमेशा रहता है उसका, वो फाउंडिंग मेंबर है।
Has he joined some other
फाउंडिंग मेंबर?
Has he joined some other political party?
वो एक और एस्पेक्ट है, कौन फाउंडिंग मेंबर है, कौन सब्सिडी,
वो तो बात की बात है ना।
क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर
Answer, were you one of the founding members?
जी,
Were you one of the founding members? Are you one of the founding members yourself?
आप भी थे फाउंडिंग मेंबर?
yes, I am a founding member.
कितने founding members थे?
That has
Total founding members कितने थे?
founding members, we were about 12 of us.
जी?
About 12, 8 to 12, yes.
Do you have a list of those names somewhere? Just make a note of it, you can respond later. Challenge, yes, continue, Mr. Mahmoud Khan.
My lord, may I add that on page 486 of, this is part 2, part 3 in this, there is an order of the election commission that 486.
नहीं आप ऑर्डर छोड़ नहीं, कोई छोटी बात है बताएं बेटा।
उसमें question of membership has been determined by the commission as far back as 2017. This was contested.
एक से 486
486.
कौन सा पार्ट है?
थर्ड
Part 3.
486 जी
जी, ये मेरी जो कंप्लेंट है इसके साथ मैंने दो ऑर्डर
पढ़े, read the relevant part.
Paragraph 12.
What is 486? Where does it start from?
My lord, it is an excerpt from an order of the election commission dated May 8th, 2017, which disposed
8th May 2017
जी, which disposed of the issue whether Akbar S. Babar is a member of the party or not. And relevant para 12, I may read, the above reproduction of the letter of ouster is of significance. It clearly reveals that the petitioner had been relieved from all party positions and responsibilities. There is not an iota of reference to the effect that he has been ousted from the party and the membership thereof. Apart from the letter dated 3rd September 2011 mentioned above, the respondent could not produce any letter, direction or order whereby the petitioner is removed from the membership of the party. It was neither produced till the last arguments nor till the announcement of the order.
मेंबरशिप अभी बाकी है, ये जो पोजीशंस थी उनसे रिलीव किया, ये आप कहना चाहते हैं?
Apologies, my lord.
मतलब my lord is saying he no longer holds position in the party, but he does membership he continues to be.
Yes, my lord.
Still intact. ये आप
Was this order challenged by anybody?
It was, they filed a writ petition before the Islamabad High Court, and on page 487 is an excerpt of that order.
487 पे तो नहीं है।
487
ये मेरी कॉपी में
उर्दू में कुछ लिखा है नहीं।
487, my lord, is
एक हाथ के लिखा हुआ है 487 है और एक वो है।
Unfortunately, the copy that I have वो इतनी legible नहीं है, तो I seek permission.
ये कौन सा
487?
देखिए ये 487 पे ये चीज है।
487 पे तो लिखा है बैरिस्टर गौहर अली खान अपने पूरे पैनल में बिला मुकाबला कामयाब हो गए हैं।
ये तो उनका कोई वो है, इसमें देखिए दो नंबरिंग है 487/491।
मतलब पार्ट 3 जो मेरे पास है 487।
आप बहस ना करें, महबूब अली खान से पूछना है।
आपकी प्रेस रिलीज आई है, ये 487 पे इनकी प्रेस रिलीज आई है, ये प्रेस रिलीज लगी हुई है कि
मेरा तो मखदूम साहब
ये इसमें कुछ गलती है, उसमें क्या चलें बता दें जबानी। आपकी सीपी रिट पिटिशन थी
जी, दिस इज रिट पिटिशन नंबर 2014 of 2018
2014 of 2018 titled Imran Khan versus the Election Commission of Pakistan
इसका फैसला की तारीख क्या है?
जी 18/7/2018।
इसमें क्या फैसला हुआ है?
जी इसमें लोकस स्टैंडर्ड का क्वेश्चन एड्रेस हुआ।
स्टैंडर्ड को छोड़िए,
सॉरी मेंबरशिप का, मेरी मेंबरशिप का माजरत। और जो फैसला SCP ECP ने किया था, इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ पाकिस्तान ने उसको बरकरार रखा कि मैं मेंबर हूं और इसको दोबारा चैलेंज नहीं किया गया।
ओके ठीक है, चलिए खत्म हो गई बात। upheld ECP's decision.
जी
ECP's decision, no further challenge. चलिए कंटिन्यू मिस्टर मखदूम अली खान।
My lord, yes. My lord, I was respectfully drawing your attention to the fact that going back.
These elections were held unopposed because my lord read something.
Yes, yes, please.
How can you hold it unopposed? There was nobody contested.
There were 3 panels, but at the end of the day, the election commission said that on the last day, the 2 other panels withdrew and only the panel of Mr.
How many posts were contested? कोई भी
No post was contested.
No, मेरा मतलब how many posts were on to be elected on?
They were, my lord, for the chairman of the party.
Total posts कितने थे?
Total, my lord, I'll just count them. Total.
Page 79 से शुरू।
Let Mr. Sikandar do some work. सिकंदर साहब मुश्किल से हाथ आपने हैं।
जी यहाँ से मखदूम साहब ये पेज 79
Page 78 onwards, my lord, and 79.
एक पोस्ट इलेक्शन है या बहुत सारे पोस्ट हैं?
सर एक पोस्ट है, पेज 79 to 80.
पेज
79 to 80 in part 1.
कभी कभी होता है ना, एक पोस्ट पे नॉन अनपोज आ जाए।
नहीं,
सारे पोस्ट आ गए,
सारे 15 के 15 अनअपोज्ड हैं, आप देख लीजिए।
ये तो जरा सा तो बड़ी हाईली कंटेस्टेड होते हैं सियासत में, बातें लड़ाइयाँ भी होती हैं, मुझे टिकट चाहिए।
देखना ये अलग अलग कैटेगरीज में है।
जी सर,
पहले
सेक्रेटरी जनरल एडिशनल
79 पे है सेंट्रल ऑफिस बेयरर्स का जो नोटिफिकेशन है।
जी सर,
इसमें 15 आदमी अनअपोज आ गए।
जी सर,
उसके बाद पेज 81 पे प्रोविंशियल ऑफिस बेयरर की लिस्ट है
जी सर।
बलूचिस्तान की।
जी सर,
ये 18 अनअपोज आ गए,
सब अनअपोज्ड हैं।
APK की लिस्ट आई, उसके बाद 82 पे ये 18 अनअपोज हैं।
उसमें सर 20
अनअपोज हैं।
20 है, वो सब अनअपोज्ड है।
उसके बाद पंजाब की लिस्ट आई है।
जी सर, वो 20 है।
20 अनअपोज हैं पंजाब में भी।
जी सर,
और फिर आखिरी में सिंध की एक लिस्ट आई है, ये भी 17 अनअपोज हैं।
सब अनअपोज्ड
तो
है।
ये पूरे इलेक्शन में ये जो रिजल्ट है ना, जो इत्तेफाक से मेरी अभी नजर पड़ी तो फाइल के ऊपर ये सारे अनअपोज ही इलेक्शन,
all of them are opposed. 100%.
हुआ नहीं।
Who is this person, Niazullah Khan Niazi? Is he in attendance today? Yes. आप वकील हैं या आप क्या हैं इसमें, या पार्टी हैं इसमें?
Chief Election Commissioner PTI.
Is he a party in this?
The party respondent number 2, Lordship.
Respondent number 2, my lord.
Respondent.
नहीं मगर ये कुछ जरा समझाएं बात। 1-2 पोस्ट तो होती हैं, अनअपोज हो जाते हैं लोग, सारे के सारे अनअपोज आ गए।
जी पर जी
आपसे नहीं पूछ रहे ना, मुझसे पूछ रहे ना, क्या नाम है इनका, नियाजुल्लाह खान नियाजी साहब से।
जी Lordship.
तो ये अजीब सा इत्तेफाक है या क्या है?
जी नहीं, अजीब इत्तेफाक नहीं है, क्योंकि अकॉर्डिंग टू अवर रूल।
नहीं रूल की बात, सिर्फ आपसे फैक्ट पूछ रहा हूँ ना, बहस नहीं कर पूछ रहा हूँ। सिर्फ ये तस्दीक कर, नहीं बताई नहीं, तस्दीक कर दें। हाँ सारे अनअपोज हैं। कोई भी नहीं इलेक्शन, एक इलेक्शन भी नहीं हुआ पूरे पाकिस्तान में।
पूरे पाकिस्तान
आपके
बस
फॉर्म इशू
पैनल इलेक्शन था Lordship, पैनल। अगर रूल्स में पढ़ेंगे जो
बहस सुनेंगे आप, फिक्र ना करें। ये आप माशाल्लाह आपके सीनियर मोस्ट काउंसिल अटेंडेंस जी, ठीक है। सो दे कंसीड ऑन द फैक्ट दैट दे आर ऑल अनअपोज्ड।
they were all on
Central as well as throughout Pakistan.
central as well as in all the 4 provinces of Pakistan.
To which what do you say?
My lord, that is one of the submissions, and that the election commission notes that if the elections were held in accordance with the constitution under the supervision of a proper election commission and the party's constitution was followed, because the election commission takes the position that it's not merely that an election has to take place, the election has to be in accordance with the constitution of the political party.
But again, the very word election means what? Simple language means I elect,
Yes.
to engage your services, or I elect to engage, to use counsel Mr. Sikandar Bashir's services.
My lord.
as counsel. In everything else also election, you want to elect to go to this restaurant or that. In an election, it will be you elect this person or that person or these number of persons.
Yes, ma'am.
So, otherwise, the Constitution can simply say whoever the chairman decides will be deemed to have been elected. So let's either go with democracy, because after all, it's not just democracy, it's representative democracy.
And that is what the Election Commission says. And my lord, the Election Commission further says that when it came to the Election Commission itself, there is no document on the record to establish that the previous Election Commissioner was removed lawfully or that the previous Election Commission कौन सा है? Sir, इनका जो chairman थे previous Federal Election Commission के, there was a gentleman called Jamal Akbar Ansari, and the Election Commission notes that in its order, which
Wasn't it Mr. Justice Fajuddin?
my lord, that was much earlier. That was in 2017 at that time, and there a controversy arose again whether the elections were fair or not. But that's not the controversy before your lordship. And
So after that, there was another election commission and another.
yes, sir. And Mr. Jamal Akbar Ansari later on ceased to be an election commission, and there were no other election commissioners.
What is Mr. Jamal Akbar Ansari's viewpoint?
My lord,
Or he's not been heard?
I'm not aware, and he is not arrayed as a respondent by them before the Peshawar High Court, because now
Wouldn't he be relevant as a party?
my lord, he was not a party before the Peshawar High Court.
No, would he be, in your opinion, relevant party or not a relevant?
Not really, my lord. Okay, not really, because the Election Commission just takes the position that he was neither removed in terms of the constitution of the party, nor did election to any of the election commissioners, which were, as your lordship noticed, they were to be from each province, one from each province. That took place, and therefore these unopposed election results were declared only and only by the person who is now the respondent number 2 of before your lordship in the petition, and the certificate has been issued.
Which certificate?
My lord, the certificate which was submitted to the Election Commission.
Can you take us back to that provision of the Constitution which requires the whatever?
Yes, my lord.
Where was that provision? Page?
The Election Commission, my lord, is set up under the chapter is chapter 1, part 8, elections. Article 200 onwards.
Either your terminology here it says Federal Election Commissioner.
My lord, you're talking, I'm so
Page,
sorry.
I'm at page 192, which
Yes,
you had
yes.
referred to.
My lord, I'm sorry, I misunderstood it as the Constitution of Pakistan.
No. Federal Election Commissioner.
Yes, my lord.
But here at page 80, Mr. Niazullah Khan Niazi describes himself as Chief Election Commissioner.
My lord, yes.
Why not Federal Election Commissioner?
Yes, my lord,
Because the terminology in their constitution is federal. So he may be of a province or I don't know. Why the terminology has been changed?
my lord,
यहाँ पेज 80 पे देखिए, for instance, इधर वो अपने आप को कह रहे हैं चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर, और पेज 192 में आइन में उनके है कि फेडरल इलेक्शन कमिश्नर और फिर वन कमिश्नर from each of the all four provinces and one each from AJK GB, total of 6.
Federal Election Commissioner, Chief of the Federal Election Commission, one commissioner from each of all four provinces, and one each from quasi-provincial areas of AJK and Gilgit-Baltistan. So a total of 6 plus
6 plus 1 7. अब आप जरा आ जाइए पेज इनके जो इन्होंने रिजल्ट्स जो दिए हैं जी,
यस,
तो ये वो जो उनके लोकल प्रोविंसेस के कमिश्नर्स हैं वो तो किसी के दस्तखत नहीं है, वो तो एक साहब के जो अपने आप को चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर कह रहे हैं.
everything has been done by this particular.
मतलब मैं जरा समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. चलिए वहां तक तो समझ आ गया, फेडरल तक, तो प्रोविंशियल तक तो सूबों वालों को नहीं फाइल करना चाहिए था. अच्छा, ये इलेक्शंस इनके हर सूबे में हुए या एक ही जगह हुए हैं?
सारे केपीके में है।
बिकॉज
इलेक्शन का वेन्यू केपीके
वेन्यू कौन है?
वेन्यू was KPK पर।
और नहीं, किस जगह? सूबों का भी और फेडरल का भी अलग अलग हुए वेन्यूज?
My lord, and so far as we are aware, these all took
नहीं करिए, हम इनके लिए सवाल छोड़ रहे हैं खान साहब के लिए. We want to know the venue of the elections, whether all the elections to the federal body as well as the provincial body were also held in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, or they held in the different provinces. The other question, why is the nomenclature been changed from Federal Election Commissioner to Chief Election Commissioner? Why were the results not signed by the other 6 members?
yes.
So these are questions which they can, I'm just have arisen, which they will respond to if you don't have an answer.
My lord, and so far
चलिए आप बढ़िए आगे. अच्छा, now we have a problem, my lord. As you may note that there are 2 chief justices from other provinces, and we had held 11:30 as for the Supreme Judicial Council to meet. I don't know what will happen. We may not have time, we may have time. So certainly not before 1:30, but we'll let you know. So please stay. I mean, you can go away, but come back at 1:30 to find out. We may reconvene. I don't know what will happen there. नहीं तो 1:30 तक तो आप फारिग हैं, और आपको हम जब उस अपने कोलीग दूसरे बॉडी में कुछ कह नहीं सकता हूँ, हम जमहूरियत पे चलते हैं तो वो जो फैसला होगा फिर क्या होता है इसके, इसका कब कितने बजे टेकअप करते हैं, ठीक है? तो बट 1:30 तक आप लोग आजाद हैं. और खान साहब, आप अगर आप जवाब भी तलब कर लें ये जो कुछ सवाल अभी तक उठे हैं. अच्छा, इन द मीन टाइम, इज एनीवन फ्रॉम द इलेक्शन कमीशन हियर? ऑफिसर, यस, आप ऐसा करें, जो आपकी ओरिजिनल फाइल है, यस सर, ओरिजिनल केस की फाइल, जी जी सर, उसमें क्या फाइलिंग्स हुई थी वो ओरिजिनल फाइल भी ले आइए. राइट सर, ठीक है. और अगर कोई साहब देखना चाहें, मतलब आइदर साइड, वो भी उसको मुलायजा कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, ठीक है.